My friend, shalom. We're going to be doing a song from the 50 classic songbook here. Yeah. They're all classics. They're all fun. They're all in the key of C too. Thank you, Mr. Thomas Ballinger. We're going to go to page 34. What's the first thing we do when we look at a piece of music? You guessed it. Go to the first measure, check out what the time signature is and the key signature. When I look up there, I see in the treble clef a 4/4, which means there are 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4 inside of each one of those bars. When we count the little circles that have a stem and then the filling on the inside, those are our quarters. If it has no filling and it's just an open circle, it's a half note worth 2 beats. And then if it has just the circle and no stem whatsoever, it's a whole note. It just lasts for a whole 4 measures in this particular music. There don't look to be any of the whole notes in this whole song, only a couple of half notes and quarters. However, there are eighth notes, meaning we put 2 quarters together. If you see 2 notes that are tied together like an eighth note and then a quarter after, it sounds like eighth note quarter. Almost like a triplet. If we were counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and we heard 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the up down, we would have 1 and 1. 1 and 1, meaning on the 1 and the 2, but also the and of the 1. So going through here, we see that 4/4, there is only 1 note in the first measure, meaning there must be a pickup note. That 1 note happens to be a G note. So when we start, we say 1, 2, 3, and then we play that last note and then play through the rest of the song through those measures. Now, if we start slow, we can look down at the bottom of the song and realize there are 3 quarter notes in that last measure. Thusly, 3 plus that 1 equal 4. You guessed it. So the concept here is music is math. When we take all these different pieces and put them together, they should, sum of all parts, make a full collective measure. So if you look in the first measure and there's 4 measures and you've got 4 stacks of them, there probably are 12 or 16 measures inside this whole song. That's one of the things we do when we look. We also look to see if there's any chords we don't know. C major or C major or C major or C major or gee golly whiz. What else can we do? That with mute on the G, pop out the top. Anywho, inversions are amazing. That just means that there is a different note on the bottom of our 3-note triad. C, E, G is a C major. F major, we've got an F major. We can take that same F major and move it up here. There we go, there's the A. When we take these notes and we move them up, we're just seeing them being played through the cage system. That means if you know how to play a C, a D, an E, an F, and a G, you can play every chord on this by just making a bar and then making that same shape. G, here's an F, here's a D. Nice. Concept is really fun. Hey, if you like the way that I teach, please subscribe, throw a comment below, and please suggest something you'd like to see. Back to the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Half note. Quarter, half, rest. Quarter, half, rest. Eighth note, quarter, half. Quarter, half, rest. Quarter, half, rest. Eighth note, quarter, half. That is playing the rhythm. They are the chords that are above the measures. Now, granted, the notes you play are relative to that, but the melody, the notes you play, are sometimes subjective. So when we're playing this, we have a G, E, G, G. You can either play A at the 5th, or you can play A open as a string. That means when we go up to that second note, that's the B. We can also move up the fretboard to get the B here, knowing that those are both the same note. Makes sense because A at the 5th is A open. When we see this as just being a G, A, I'm sorry, G, E, G, 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 F, A, B, 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 A, B. So that 16th note, did, wonderful. 1 E and a. So if we count that as eighth notes, we'd have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That would complete the measure. I think the 3 beat should be an open A though. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Or you could count it as a 16th note and jump to the 3rd beat. 1 E and a 3, 4. Better turtles in an F shell. That's what I heard. And then going to the next grouping of 3 in the next measure, we would have 2 notes as quarters and then a half note. So we would have C, D, E. When we do that, we could go up. That's what's written. But if you mimic the D and the E, you could walk it up on their low. How about fun disco? Anywho, I digress. The next couple notes we're going to have here are a E, G, 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 F, A, just like the first measures. And then a B, B, A, B, D, C, C. That's going to finish out that phrasing. Then we're going to have the ha 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 part. E, G, G, F, A, B, 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 A, B, C, D, E. See that reoccurring theme? I like to use my 1, 2, and 4, forefinger, the pinky, rather than 1, 3, and 4. It's an awkward gap between the 3 and 4 finger rather than the 1 and 2 fingers because these are 2 stronger fingers. If you're not familiar with spider exercises, check them out. They make your fingers super strong and they give you some weird creativity when you're playing in and outside of keys. Okay, C, F, G7, and C. We're gonna hold that C out. In the music, when you do not see a chord above a measure, that means to play the chord that was in the previous measure. It'll tell you when you're gonna change. The next chord's gonna go to an F major. Our second to last chord is gonna have a G7, but because the rhythm calls for an 8th note, quarter, 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 try and do an 8th note, quarter, quarter, and that completes the phrasing. So whomever you're playing melody with, or if you're doing it on your own, fingerstyle, you can do it being in rhythm with each other. So the concept from top to bottom is we've got 1, 2, 3, my wife and I all live alone in a little hut we call our own. She loves the gin and I the rum, and we have such a lots of fun. Ha 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 ha, you and me, little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, you and me, little brown jug, don't I love thee? There are 7, 8 verses to this. Google that, have fun with it. This again is in the 50 all-time classics. Thomas Ballinger. If you have an ukulele and you're a beginner, this is a great book. It's what I teach all my beginners from. Aloha.